What's going on, guys? One love out to everybody. You got UFC 324, Gaethje versus Pimblett. Predictions breakdown here, guys, over there in Paramount. To change it now, no more pay-per-view. Been a while, almost a month and a half. And yeah, it's been, almost forgot that I even had this channel. Just kidding, man. But you know, it's been a while though still. Decent card like every card. I'm not gonna judge a book by the cover or a card by the cover. You know, a lot of fighters on here we already know. So, and interesting, man. The whole weigh-ins was kind of kind of wild, man. You know, you got Cameron Smotherman, friggin' consciousness left his body, bro. Like, looked like he was gonna transition for a bit there. It looked like he was gonna move on, man. You know, move on to that next level. Didn't look good, man. And that's one of those things where. You know, when you're cutting weight like that, you know, you have to have maybe some kind of doctor or somebody there, you know, to help hydrate these guys back up just in case, right? So just the way how he fell, man, it just didn't look good, you know. Like I said, look at that he was going to transition to that next level, you know. I mean, and the way how they pick him up, his neck and everything, it just didn't look good, man, you know. And like I said, with these things here, when you're cutting weight and you know you're making weight, whatever you're trying to do, you have to understand a lot of these guys are on supplements. Some are on, you know, some steroids here and there to cycle off. You know, I'm just being honest with you guys, and this is a sport, but we gotta understand that a lot of these fighters are sometimes, when they're not fighting, they put on a lot of weight. So a lot of these guys try to cut like 60 pounds and 50. So this is from, you know, maybe eating unhealthy. So like for myself, I can speak. I'm a raw vegan, so and I'm a martial artist from the age of 4. And from martial artists, I transitioned into other, you know, into other things too, like yoga, you know, into like more like qigong and all these other things. So I'm not just like, you know, kicking and punching. My thing goes into more of the meditation, more to a spiritual kind of vibe, right? Using the breath to actually heal the body, because remember that your body is an element, is from elements, right? You are from nature. So a lot of these things, what these guys do, are artificial. You know, like the supplements and all these things these guys are taking. So going long term, short term, it will destroy their health. And you have to understand that the breath is your consciousness. The breath is everything. So the reason why Smotherman passed out like that, yeah, because he's dehydrated. That's one. But it's also his breathing. He wasn't breathing properly. You see, your breath is everything. And the reason why I know this, because I practiced this for years. And I do it on myself. I walk around from, my weight is like from 155 to 170. That's it. It doesn't go no lower, no higher than that. But my body is built up of the elements, which all of us are. So minerals, vitamins, amino acid, building block, you know, as well as the, you know, the protein aspect, but not meat and beef and animal products for protein or supplements for protein. My protein comes from nuts and seeds, from the plants, right? Because that's what you should be eating, right? For myself, I'm going to say that. But that is what I've learned, right? So Smotherman passed out because he wasn't breathing correctly, right? There's a way you have to breathe to bring in bad oxygen to the muscles, to the blood, to fuel the brain, right? So nature is your food. Nature is a source of energy. You are electrical. So your body runs off of minerals and vitamins. That's why when you so-called pass out, you know, if the if the medic is there, they will try to give you an IV. And then the IV is going to be like saline, salt, sugar, water, and all these things. They're not going to give you protein. They're not going to give you beef. They're not going to give you a supplement with high protein, because remember that, how can I say? Remember that the things that they push on us is for, is to make money, right? And it's based off the corporations. So if you can't make money from it, then they're not going to push it. Stuff in nature, you can plant seeds and grow your own. Best source of hydration is coconut water, is watermelon, any kind of fruit that has that water in it, right? So I don't drink water like that. And if I do drink water, it's going to be spring water that has all the minerals and electrolytes in the water already, right? So your body needs more minerals and vitamins and amino acids, but from plants, right? So if you don't understand this, you're going to have a hard time going long term. All you're doing is just destroying your body. You're just destroying your health going long term and short term too. So you're putting artificial things. But remember, no, the stuff they push on you is artificial. Your body is a natural source of energy. It's electrical and it needs natural source of energy to fuel it. You see what I'm saying? So I walk around 155, 170, so I fluctuate in weight because I exercise and I sweat out the minerals and I put back the minerals, but my minerals that I'm putting back in is like watermelon, coconut water, and I can hydrate back up in like 10 minutes easily. Quickly like that. But my lifestyle is raw. So I don't consume processed, no animal products, no high starch or high carbs. You see what I'm saying? Because my body don't run off of that. Because I know what fuels my body. I know who I am. You see? So, like I said, I have my other channel there, which is Wayne Gaethje. You know, you guys can check that out. The links are down below. You know, and I have my Instagram and Facebook also. But I went viral already on Instagram with millions of views on a particular video I put up. And I got attacked, like hardcore attacked in the comments. They call me solar man. They call me lying. They say that I'm broke, I'm this, I'm that, I'm like a loser, I'm like stupid, I don't know what I'm talking about. But the fact of it is that I just don't speak like on a computer just talking to you with just words. I show you the action. I show you the physical movements. Every single day I move within nature. Every single day I'm in the natural elements, in sun, rain, cold, whatever it is, I'm in the element. Because your body needs those elements also. Your body needs the breath, the air, if you want to call it oxygen or whatever you want to call it. You need to breathe that consistently. That will also fuel the body, bring in oxygen to the blood, to the brain, fuel the muscles them so you can consistently work out. I don't take any minerals from any source like you say, like unnatural vitamins. I don't take it from any animal products or any pharmaceutical. My minerals and vitamins come from the natural source, right? So I do breath work every day. I do qigong every day. I do movement every day. I do my yoga. I do my katas. I do my, I also do my martial arts every day. I have my stretching, my calisthenics every day. And I'm barefooted. Earthing is also important too, connecting to the source. Anything that nature is giving off as far as elements, electricity, and electrons, you can take that in through your pores, your foot, bottom. Anywhere you can get it, you can get it. Once you climatize the body to that, dude, you're unstoppable. You won't get sick no more. Your body will balance out everything. All of your cells and everything will pretty much strengthen. Your lymphatic system will start flowing better. Better sleep. You won't have no, what they call, your joints won't swell up. Your pain will go away quickly. There's no inflammation no more. You recover fast. I recover from a workout. Recover quickly, man. I can recover like in an hour or less. Full recovery, maybe like 5 hours. Just take a little sleep or a nap. I don't like to use the word sleep. I take a nap because I'm awake all the time. Right? I take a little nap because the nap is important. To rebuild back the tissues and just a better recovery because you need that. So me just telling you guys this is because I live this and I have my videos and I have everything to show. That's why on Instagram they shadow ban me, they block me. Like whenever I post anything, they block it. I don't get no views no more on it because they make sure that anything I speak, especially when I'm gonna speak, like I'm speaking now, they don't want that. After I made the video went viral and millions and stuff. Anything I post now, it doesn't, it doesn't really get any recognition or any like people don't really comment or like on it because it's blocked, because it's shadow banned me, you see. So, but like I said, it's okay. I must keep doing my thing because I know what I'm doing is the truth. and because I'm living it. I have no headaches. I have no health issues. My joints are not broken down. My knees are strong. My back is strong. I can flip, split, pull up, jump, and keep this in mind too. Just by going by their timeline, this age is a number, which it is. I'm not like a spring chicken, dude. I'm not like in my 20s or in my 30s. I'm way up in my 40s, close to 50, bro. And my body structure and my physique is way better than a lot of these guys. A lot of these, you want to say, athlete or fighters in their 20s. My physique is way better conditioning. I have no injuries, nothing like that, because my training and my exercises and the way I feel my body is based on health. Sure, they're fighting and stuff like that, so they take a lot of damage, which is understood. But my thing is based on more longevity. It's based on health. It's based on healing. You know what I'm saying? Being pain-free, right? Living a healthy lifestyle. So that's just pretty much it. But you see, with some other men pass out because he's breathing. He's just focusing on just cutting the weight real quick, but not focusing on the breath. Now he's inside a building, so best way to breathe is obviously going to be in nature, around trees. Put yourself around more of an area where just a lot more like forests and trees, more spring water, more of a mountain kind of vibe, around natural air, not like around factory or anything that's shooting off chemicals in the air, smoke everywhere, and a bunch of cars all over. You really don't want to breathe in that too much, or in a building. But if he's in the building, he can still try to catch a breath and try to control the breathing, which will fuel the brain, bring oxygen into the body, into the blood, which fuel the muscles too, right? This is massive, the breath, because I said the breath is your consciousness. So his consciousness left him because he wasn't controlling the breathing. So he was transitioning to that next level, dude, or he could have transitioned. And there was nobody around to even help him, because these things are based off of illusion and based off of propaganda, and more of a corporation kind of thing for money. You know what I'm saying? It's like a get fix fast. Like, here, just take this pill. Here, just drink this real quick. But what he's drinking is probably fill up of dyes and yellows and yellow 5 and red 50, whatever you want to call it, or 40 or blue 50 or 60. Like pure dyes and chemicals are in it. That is going to help him and boost him. But the boost it's like, it's detrimental to his health long term and on his organs. You know what I mean? So I started to go through all this with you guys, and I just wanted to share that with you. But again, check out Wayne Gaethje. My channel is there, my other channel, and you can check that out. I show daily. I daily exercise every single day because it's a way of life for me. Because my energy comes from the source that gives life, right? So going back to God, going back to nature, going back within myself, that's my source of energy. So I do this every single day. I'm not just sitting here just talking and like, yeah, man, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. But there's nothing to show. Like, majority of people do that. I do this every single day. So the thing about me is that I just don't, speak, and just that's it, right? They say I just don't talk the talk, I walk the walk, you see? And that right there, it's, if you honestly express yourself, then nobody can deny that. But what they will do though, they will censor you and they'll block you. And they will shadow ban you, and then they will put bots and people commenting inside your chat and comment things that's not true and try to make you look like you're like you don't know what you're talking about, right? So I get this a lot, all the time, you see? But don't worry, because I'm going to keep on talking, I'm going to keep on expressing myself, I'm going to keep on making my videos, because I know whatever I'm saying and doing is the truth, because I'm living it. And I'm not just a guy that's like in his 20s, like, oh yeah, because he's young, brand new body, and whatever. I am still young, but it's not the number though. It's how I'm taking care of my body. It's the energy that I'm putting into my body, right? It's where I'm getting my energy source from. It's from a natural source. It's not from a unnatural source. You see what I'm saying? It's not coming from an unnatural source. That's not gonna give you that longevity. It's like a fake fix, you see. But then that right there, when it comes to naturally, coconut water, watermelon juice, the natural fruits, the plums, the apples, the grapes, the cherries, the kale, the greens, the cucumbers and all these things. Those things you can plant a seed. You can have a little farm and do your own farming. Then, there's no money in that. There's money in farming, but at the same time, you can grow your own things. But when you can put it in a bottle and label it, if there's no money to making it, then they don't want to hear you, because you're just gonna you're going to take money from them now, because now people can just grow their own things and won't buy their products. So that's want to share that with you guys there. I'm going to lay out this video with the timeline. So probably some people may not want to hear me talk like this. It is what it is, because like I said, I've been on social media for a long time, and I've developed myself for years, and I've let things go. I've added things. I've learned about different things. I have also passed out as well too. Oh yeah. You know what I'm saying? I had muscle cramps, my legs locked up on me. Like my whole calf actually sucked in because it was climbing up my legs. Because sometimes that cramp would climb up and it goes to your heart, and your heart is a muscle, right? So your heart's electrical. So I have had this before, but how I regained my consciousness? Through breathing. I never put no IV in my hand, just through the breath. I passed out. I passed out when I was young, like 4 or 5 years old. You see, fainted. I was out, and I was unconscious. Like my energy left me. Right. I have cramped up real bad, dehydrated, like fell on the ground screaming like because my legs muscles cramp up and lock up on me. And when that lock up on you and seize up on you, you can't move, and it's like a contraction, and it climbs up my legs, and I have to eat banana because your body needs potassium, your body needs the minerals. Cause I sweat out all the minerals of my body. But this is when I was still studying the breathing, but I wasn't aware though and conscious of the breath. You have to be conscious of your breathing every single second, because it will save your life, it will help you, because the breath is your consciousness. You must understand this, right? It almost happened to me like a year back or so, but I was already practicing the breathing. So what I did, I felt it coming on, kind of like a cold sweat. I felt like kind of lightheaded, and this was me in nature. And I kind of fell to the ground on my knees. I'm like, oh man, I was like, oh man, it's coming on, because I know the feeling. I'm like, okay, man, all right, man, we're gonna work through this now. Okay, you focus on the breath, buddy. So I inhale through my nose and exhale out the mouth. Okay, go again. And then I shorten the breath. And I stretch the breath out. Like long. And I did that. And then guess what happened? I regained consciousness. I had no water, I had no IV, and I regained my consciousness because I brought back oxygen into my blood. Circulate through the body, through the blood. When you have no oxygen, when you sweat out all your minerals and vitamins, is oxygen that's in that water or whatever you're taking has oxygen to fuel the brain, to fuel the body. Without that, you pass out, but you can do it through breath. That's why they say breatharian. That's why I know, master it now. I'm a master of it. Because now, when I train and I fast. I drink no water. I drink nothing. I eat nothing. And I'm in nature. 12 o'clock noon in South Florida in the hottest moments. Sometimes I go 2, 3, 4 hours. I'm out there till like 3, 4, 5 o'clock. Still don't drink or eat nothing. High pace exercise. I mean high pace, like jump roping, pull-ups, dips, punching, kicking, name it, dancing for hours. High intensity. Nothing. I don't get no cramps. I don't pass out. But what I do though, through the exercises, I focus on the breath. Through every exercise, I focus in. I'm always conscious of my breathing. Then I do something they call Qigong, which is, you mixed up with the Tai Chi, but through each movement, you focus on the breath with the movement. So each movement you would inhale and exhale on each movement, right? And that's the focus. And then each movement is not a fast, like punching in fast. It's just moving the body through a particular form or through a particular sequence of movement. But then the movement is more of a healing with controlling the breathing. And that's how I maintain oxygen in the body without me dehydrating myself and passing out there. And this is in the hot sun. I'm also, again, barefooted because I don't wear shoes when I exercise. I exercise grounding myself. Electrons from the ground, because the elements, your environment has energy all around you that you can take that on. Again, when you speak that way, they don't like that. They don't like that because it's all about making money and all about lying to you. When you talk about electrons and breathing fresh air and these things, they don't want that. They want you to breathe AC. They don't like nature. They don't like naturalness. They like unnatural. You see what I'm saying? So they want to stick you in a little bubble, in a box, and keep you there and make you do the same thing over and over again on a calendar, repeating the same thing. As long as you can follow everybody else and do the same thing, hey, you're great. Go ahead, you're great, man. Once you step out of that box and start doing the opposite, they don't like you. But for me, it's all over the end of the day. And I always show love regardless. And I keep doing what I'm doing, man. All right? So I'm going to leave my timeline on that. That's me. I guess you can say I'm ranting, I guess. But I didn't like what I see with Smotherman. Because when I see these things, I already know exactly what happened to him. Because I'm a martial artist. I've competed all my life. I've cut weight. I've done all these things. I have passed out too. And I knew why I passed out and I worked in it. And I've never passed out since. And I have no water or nothing in my system. Fasting. Nothing in my system. I'm fasting. Nothing in my system, bro. Except for... That's it. Consciousness, right? All right, let's get into this, guys. But like I said, this weigh-in here, a lot of people just didn't look good on the card. I watched the face-off on the weigh-in already. They didn't look good. Obviously, smaller men almost transition to that next level, whichever level he would have went to. But he looked like he was gonna, that was pretty much it for his body. Alex Perez didn't look good either. He actually missed weight as well. But Smotherman made the weight. He just wasn't breathing properly. Alex Perez didn't look good. He almost looked like he was gonna pass out as well. And also Figueiredo didn't look good either. Missed weight as well. Like a lot of other guys just didn't look good, but they did make the weight. But a lot of guys, Umar didn't look that great either. Sean O'Malley didn't look good either. This is on the scale, and this is important because then, when you're dehydrated like that, you imagine, a guy like Smotherman, he was gonna fight in the next 24 hours, looking like that and passing out. But anyway, I wouldn't let him fight if he passed out. But I'm just saying. A lot of these guys have to push through it. But it's the breathing, man. The breathing, your breath is everything, bro. So let's fly into this real quick here, guys. Let's knock this out, man. Like I said, I'll leave a timeline. You guys can skip through it. I'm going to do the time. Usually I don't do timelines anymore, but I was ranting here. I must say ranting, but it's actually I'm speaking the truth here, guys. All right, so let's get it. Ty Miller versus Adam Fujit. Ty Miller here. This guy's coming from Contender Series. Actually, he doesn't look too bad. His striking is pretty decent. Was it Golden Glove boxing? So his hands look pretty good. I like what I see from him. Rangy, works off his jab, follow up with the 1-2. His 1-2s are pretty quick though. Pretty technical with the 1-2 in the pocket. His ground game could be suspect though. So it's possible he could get taken down from what I see. But he seems to scramble up well, but he can get taken down though. A guy like Adam though, Adam is more experienced, but let me see here. He could be a little more well-rounded because he has a wrestling base on him. You look for takedowns, but his takedowns sometimes he struggles with it and doesn't get them all the time. He kind of just hugs on the hips, but doesn't really shoot like that, right? And he's hittable. His head is there right on the center line. Doesn't move it, and he's there to get that 1-2 in the pocket, man. I'm just keeping it real with you, right? Doesn't move his head, man. And that 1-2 is there for him. I can see that, man. So I'm gonna go Miller. Like I said, Miller's from Contender Series. I like to go for that. Usually Contender Series guys like that, but in a case like this, what I see from Adam, man, is just. And again, Miller has a boxing background, you know. So, and what I see from Adam, he doesn't really stand up. Is not that good, dude. He doesn't move his head, bro. He's hittable. His foot don't move. The jab is going to touch him up. And after the jab is going to be that one. That is going to be the jab and follow up. Straight in the pocket. So I got Miller by KO TK in the first round, guys. But 50-50. Like I said, Contender Series, guys. You know, one of those things where, you know, Miller going there, and plus he's undefeated too. We see this all the time, undefeated guys from Contender Series. And I go, hey, he looks great, man. And then Adam freaking wrestle him for 3 rounds and pull off a decision. You just never know. But I got Miller by KO TK first round, guys. Next fight, we got Josh Hokit versus Denzel Freeman. Josh is the people's champ. He has that wrestling vibe on him where he just, you know, talks a mean game. Kind of like The Rock. What's the name of the other guy? I don't remember. But Hulk Hogan. But this guy here, coming from football base, but also has All-American wrestling. His wrestling is pretty good. This guy grinds. You know, he double legs, he hugs on you, and he can do it for 3 rounds. You know, even though he finishes all his fights by knockout and submissions. But you can tell that, you know what I'm saying, that he has 2nd round win and he has a 3rd round, so he can go to the first, which is good to see. You know what I mean? He's not just a 1st round finisher guy. You know what I mean? He's very athletic, wrestling. You know, seems to be better than Freeman. But Freeman is more Greco-Roman though. But Freeman is also a good wrestler as well. But what I see from Hokit though, Hokit's striking needs work, and that's an issue right there. Because we look at Denzel Freeman is not a bad striker, dude. It's pretty technical, especially that head kick he has. But his hands are pretty good, and I feel like he could be more well-rounded here, guys. But Freeman, even though he had a Greco-Roman background, he can get taken down, though. And that's an issue, too. He can get taken down, but he seems to recover. And like I saw a fight with him where he was getting taken down in the 1st round, but he comes back and put hands on you in the 2nd round, and just like, you know, his striking is pretty technical, dude. But his last fight here against Marek Bujo, he just didn't look good in that fight. He wasn't even doing much. He wasn't really wrestling. His striking looked very tentative. You know what I mean? But I say he's skilled though, from what I've seen from his other fights. So against Hugo, he finished in the 2nd round. You know, he was going in there letting the hands go. I must say it like this, man. This fight here, man, is kind of a strange one, because again, we got a guy like Hokit where striking, you know, it's not the best, dude. And Freeman's gonna have like a 5-inch reach on him. So if Hokit is not able to take down Freeman, Hokit could be in problems. And again, Freeman, like I said, he has Greco-Roman background, but he can get taken down from what I see though. You know, and Hokit's takedowns are pretty decent, and I can see he can grind all 3 rounds. I see that. I watched most of his fights, right? So he can grind all 3 rounds without getting tired. But if he's unable to take down Freeman, they'll say he can get Freeman on the 1st round, and then 2nd and 3rd he's having a hard time or is gassing out because Freeman is stuffing it. You can see Freeman touching him up and striking, bro. Just keep that in mind, man. I didn't like what I see from Freeman from his last fight. So, I mean, and if you look at Freeman's record, this is not that great, bro. I mean, he has an 8-2, and I guess a 3-1 over Steven Aspland. So, and a 6-0 win here. So, I mean, this fight was not a good fight. And then the rest of the fight were like, he lost a 2-0, then 0-0, 1-0, 0-2. And his amateur wasn't that great either. Because, you know, as far as the guys he fought, dude. So I think Josh Hokit has a little better record on him. You know, not that much experience like what Freeman has. But, you know, it's a tough one. But I'm gonna go with Hokit, man. But low. I'm low on this one because I feel Freeman, is not bad, dude. And if Freeman can stuff, Freeman has wrestling as well. So if Freeman can stop the takedowns, Hokit gonna be in problems. So keep that in mind. Very low on this one. I go Hokit by decision. Not confident, man. Next fight here, we have Michael Johnson versus Alexander Hernandez. Originally, I was kind of going for Johnson. You know, as I said, Johnson is skilled, is a veteran, is quick. His punches and his timing, his in and outs are quick. The guy is still fast. Age is a number of 39, you know. Still quick, man. You know what I'm saying? Because, like I said, a guy like me, like I said, I'm a little up there too in the age, whatever you want to say. You know, close to 50, whatever you want to call it. But I'm still quick, I'm still agile, but it's the way how I take care of my health. Right? Your health is everything. It's not just... I mean, it's not just like, oh, you're 40 or 30, you're old already. It's not that. It's just how you take care of your health. Your body is a vehicle, bro. You know, it's all the fuel. What kind of fuel you're putting into your body? You know, or I should say, what are you putting in? Because you can over put things into your body that doesn't belong in there. See what I'm saying? So, he's sharp, you know what I mean? But he's still hittable, though. You can still catch him. Right, and he's a veteran. But what I see from Alexander Hernandez has been improving, bro. He's more active. And he's improving. So I think this Hernandez that we're seeing here is more of a veteran now. He's coming into himself, right? He actually beat Diego Ferreira. I was surprised in that because I had Ferreira winning that fight, and he beat him. Chase Topuria, I can see, you know, okay. But so I had Hooper winning too, you know what I mean? But I think he's coming into himself, and he's not just rushing in and just letting his hands go. You know, back in the days, he used to be wild and just going there blasting. He's picking his shots. He's moving around, take his head off center line, using more footwork. He's more plotting. He's more countering, and he countered Diego Ferreira, I believe, with a hook or something like that. Catch him coming in. Johnson is quick, but Johnson can also be wild. At times, like you just wow, you know, just come in there and let everything go and quick and everything, but then you can catch him, right? And if Hernandez can pace himself like what he's been doing, I think he could catch Johnson, bro. Because Johnson is good, and you know what I'm saying, I like Johnson, but he just something about this fight, man. I mean, Daniel Zellhuber, you know, yeah, you know, is a young kid, you know, he's a prospect, but I had Johnson winning that fight. Because I just felt that Daniel is like, he ain't really fighting nobody. And Daniel is hittable at times. And Daniel is more basing off his kicks. He doesn't have the hands like what Johnson have. You know what I mean? And he's not really a veteran. You know, if you look at Hernandez been there, man. He been to the fire, got his ass whooped, and come back. You know what I'm saying? A guy like Daniel hasn't really been there, but he's going to get there because he lost to Johnson, so he's learning. But Hernandez been there and knows. So I'm going to go with Hernandez. I say Hernandez by KO/TQ in the second round, but it's low. Because, like I said, Johnson is still freaking skilled and still quick punches and could catch Hernandez and knock him out as well. But I go Hernandez, KO/TQ second round, guys. Next fight, we got Alex Perez versus Charles Johnson. I didn't like how Perez look on the scale. I don't like how he look on the weigh-ins. Face-offs, he just looks unmotivated. On the scale, it looked like he was going to pass out as well. Just skilled veteran guy, you know, but he messed up his knee against Tahara, lost to Ashu, got submitted like he usually does. A guy like CJ, like Charles Johnson is freaking skilled. And he's a prospect killer. Lunar or Kavanaugh, he showed experience in that fight. Lunar kind of like, yeah, took his foot off the gas, you know, which he shouldn't have done that, you know. He moved in, touched Johnson here and there, and then pulled back, takes his foot off the gas, and just stand there with his hands down. And Johnson coming with a leaping hook. You know what I'm saying? You can't take your foot off the gas and just stand there against these high caliber experienced guys, man, because they will finish you. They're looking to pretty much kill you, man. To pretty much crumble your brain, dude. Put a beat and put a hurting on you. So you can't just stand there like that. And the reason why Lunar stand there because he was tired. When you're exhausted and you know, you don't have the cardio or the energy, it just leaves, and you just you know, you get tired, man. You know, you get tired. You know what I'm saying? When being tired will take away all your skill set. You see what I'm saying? That's what happened. He touched him and then stepped back, took his foot off the gas and stand there. And they thought that Johnson wouldn't have leaped. Like Johnson would just come in like that. And that's just veteran, man. That's veteran experience by Johnson. Johnson going to have the 5-inch reach in this fight. I like Johnson in this fight. What I see from Alex, especially on the Wayne's face-off, they're unmotivated, man. And Johnson looks ready. Ready to go, man. I said Johnson by KOTQ in the second round, guys. Next fight here, guys. We got Nikita Krylov versus Modestas Bukauskas. Nikita is well-rounded guy, man. Karate based like Modesto. Both karate competitors here. His grappling game is also amazing too. A lot of submissions, like 16, I believe, and like his knockouts are like 13 or 14 or something like that. But he's up there. But this guy's a finisher. But what I see from him, I see decline from him. And he just physically he doesn't look good, you know, and mentally he doesn't look good. He just looks off. In both fights he got finished, especially against Dominic Rios and Goskov. He got finished. He just doesn't look good, and that's pretty much it. He looks like he is a faded fighter. You know, on his last leg. It happens, right? But he will look to submit you, though, and he will look to take your head off. Modesto has picked it up, though. Modesto has improved, you see? And like I said, with Nikita, you know, been in UFC for a long time, you know, he is not improving. He's declining big time. A guy like Modesto keeps getting better and better and better and better. Physique, look, everything. You know, the guy is improving, bro. So I gotta go with Modesto. I say Modesto by KOTQ in the first round, guys. Keep it nice, sweet, simple. There we go. Let's get it. Not messing around here, guys. Keeping it nice and simple, but never basic. Let's go. Next fight, we got Ateba Gautier versus Andre Pulavel. I think that's how you pronounce it, or Pulavel, right? Ateba here is a specimen of a man, dude. Again, a Ghana kind of vibe with this guy here. Raw power, you know, still slightly can be kind of greenish still, especially with the ground, kind of suspect with the ground game. Ain't really fight nobody really, you know. But a guy like Andre will look for takedowns, you know what I mean? And he can strike. Heavy body kick, striking not bad either. So this guy, you know, push over. Both of these guys are still. I say Ateba's a little more greener. I feel Andre. You know, he has more of a Greco-Roman kind of, not Greco-Roman, more of a, what do you call it? Not Greco-Roman, man, freaking Russia, more of a Sambo kind of vibe on him. So more wrestling and mixed up. So he has probably more experience than Ateba does, to be honest with you, man. So this fight here, I'll be very careful. Very, very, very careful. Especially on the face of wins. You know, what I saw from Andre, he doesn't look bad. And he's going to have that little bit of height. You know, what I saw of our table. I'm going to go with table by KOTQ in the first round, guys. But yeah, I'm not confident in that one. I can tell you that much. Because like I said, sambo background from Andre. I feel Andre will most likely going to try to push some wrestling in this one. Because he can wrestle. He will look for it. That table can struggle with wrestling. Like I said, he's still kind of greenish kind of, man. So just keep that in mind. But I still go for Ateba. I just feel like the raw power. I feel if Ateba connects to Andre, I think that'll be it. Alright, so Ateba by KOTQ in the first round, guys. Alright. Next fight, we got Umar Nurmagomedov versus Division Figueiredo. I didn't like how Figueiredo looked on the scales, wins. Didn't like how he looked, man. I feel Umar is gonna beat him. That's pretty much it. I feel Umar is very skilled, well-rounded. He only lost to Marab. And I feel Umar is a better fighter here. I feel with Figueiredo, he is skilled as well. You know, he's a well-rounded guy, but he has declined. And he's declined drastically. Against Montel Jackson, he almost lost that fight, went to a split, which Montel Jackson's a pretty good fighter as well. But he had a knee injury against Corey, lost to Peter Yan. He just, at 135, he just doesn't look that good, dude. At 135, I guess, yeah, against Cody, Garbrandt, and Vero. Yeah, you know, these guys are kind of faded as well. You know what I mean? Rob Font, got a win over Rob Font, which I was surprised about that. But, you know, but against Umar, nah, man. Umar's going to beat him, bro. I say Umar by KOTK in the second round, guys. Umar, I feel Umar is still improving, and he's not declining. He's only going to get better. You see what I'm saying? Figueiredo is a foot out the door, dude. So, and Umar is like the next level. You know, he's like he's a new generation, dude. So that's just pretty much it. So Umar by KOTK second, guys. Next fight, we got Arnold Allen versus Gene Silva. This one is interesting. This is an interesting fight here, man. What I saw from Allen, man, when he fought Movsar Evloev, that fight was kind of a robbery there, man. You know what I mean? He kind of put a beat on Evloev. You know what I mean? In a kind of way, I feel like he could have won that fight. I think they robbed him in that fight. You know what I mean? Even though he got hurt, or got knocked down or hurt in some like second or third round, but the rest of the fight was just pretty much all Allen, dude. So I don't know what's up with that. Well, actually, I mean, I know what's up with that. It's called judges, man. You know what I'm saying? Somebody got paid off there, bruh. But yeah, man. I felt that Allen could have won that fight, dude. So I think Allen is a very technical fighter. Not as active, but you know, he fought a lot of good fighters and beat them. Max Holloway, you know, went to decision, and he's never been finished. You know, so he's a good fighter, man. He's not an easy guy to go in there and beat. He beat Jigajakati. But Jigajakati is pretty much, you know, a foot out the door too. You know, Gene Silva though, you know, man, a lot of these fighting nerd guys, they're great and the striking is good and everything, but it's good to have the movement, because I have the movement too. But you need more than that though. You need movement, sets up everything. But his ground game, I feel, still needs work, which Allen, you know, any good trainer, which I believe Allen is with TriStar, right? So any good trainer is gonna see that, like, yo, you know, freaking Silva ground game is not that great. You know what I mean? It's like, it's not that good. You can get him down and beat him up. Once you beat him up on the ground, his striking doesn't really work as well anymore. As you can see with Silva, you know, in his last fight that he lost against Diego Lopes. Once Lopes mounted him and started landing elbows, his striking wasn't that good anymore. And that's the thing. And you see that with Silva, other brethren there that lost. I forgot his name though. But the other guy that I also lost too. You know, once you take these guys down and beat them up a little bit, then the confidence is not as much there for them to shine, because they have to like get the distance and the range right. Once these guys can find the range of distance and then touch you, and like feel good in there, and like they can do whatever they want, then it's over. Once you can take it away from them by closing the distance and take them down and beat them up a little bit, it's like a mental thing, you know. It's like the confidence is not as much as there anymore. They kind of like second guessing a lot of things. I feel Allen can do that. And like I said, Gene is good with the distance and the range, and you know, the guy is skilled, you know what I'm saying? But there's still holes, man, and I feel Allen is just more experienced. I feel Allen has striking as well. You know, Allen can work off his jab. You know what I mean? Allen movement is not bad. Allen's never been finished. You know what I'm saying? Allen can grapple. Allen is experienced in the ground. I mean, don't be surprised if Allen even submit Gene. You know what I'm saying? I know he has some submissions from somewhere. He has a front choke. I mean, guillotine choke. He has a couple of submissions that are rear naked. Allen is experienced, dude. Man, what I see from Gene is like, he's decent, you know, for what he does, but I just feel like he's limited, bro. I just feel like Allen is just more well-rounded, more well-rounded fighter, man. And that's just it. And also experience. You know what I mean? So I gotta go with Allen here, dude. I say Allen by decision. I don't feel like he could finish Gene, but I just feel like he's gonna like the game plan is gonna be to mix it up. The game plan is gonna be to mix it up, which Allen can do that because Allen also can strike. May not be as elusive as Gene, but he's gonna take a game plan, from what he saw from Diego Lopes. We start the fight out with pressure, taking away Gene's the movement, taking away that athleticism, for him to sprint in and out and touch you up. Once he can neutralize that, then the rest of the fight will be Allen. So I like Allen. I say Allen by decision, guys. All right, but not super confident. But I like Allen. All right, let's go, guys. Next fight here, we got let's see. Next fight here, we got Natália Silva versus Rose Namajunas. Yeah, man. Both Taekwondo competitors here, which is great. Rose boxing could be a little better, but man, Natália footwork, her timing, her speed, her precision, counters is just. I mean, Rose is decent as well, but I just feel Natália Silva got this, bro. I think Natália Silva is up to fight Ostapenko. So yeah, man. I mean, whatever Rose can do, I feel Natália does it better. And if Rose even try to push the ground, what I see from Natália, because of her footwork and her speed, her timing, is hard to take her down. That's just pretty much it, man. So I got to go with Natália Silva. I go Natália Silva by decision, guys. All right. Like I said, Rose is she's decent, but the speed, the timing, from Silva is freaking amazing, dude. I mean, the woman is freaking skilled, dude. You know what I'm saying? So Silva by decision. Next fight, we got Waldo Cortes-Acosta versus Derek Lewis. Both guys, big dudes here, man. Like, what, 264, 63 pounds, both of them. It's going to be like 500 and something pounds in that octagon. Both raw power. Derek Lewis possibly could hit hard or whatever, but Acosta can take a hit, though. And that's the thing. Acosta never been finished, bro. He can take a hit. Yeah, I mean, Derek can get knocked out. I mean, believe Derek been knocked out like 7 times. And Acosta showing that, you can finish fights and look good doing it in spectacular form. And they like Acosta, dude. Whenever you see them make a person fight 1, 2, 3, 4, when you see they let a guy fight 5 times in 1 year, 6 times, they like you. They're trying to build you up because they see something in you. I like Waldo. I think Lewis is still, he's still alive because he does it all the time. He's still alive. He maybe an underdog in this, and and then he comes in there and clips you and knocks you out. Against Teixeira, a guy like Teixeira is not, he's not experienced, bro. So that's expected. Rodrigo Nascimento is not in the UFC no more. So, and he's losing in PFL. So there you go, man. So I go Waldo. I say Waldo by KO in the first round, but heavyweight. It's possible, guys. All right. Go main event. We got Sean O'Malley versus Young Dong Sung. I think Sung could win this fight. O'Malley gonna have the 5-inch reach though and a 3-inch height, which plays a huge factor there. A versatile, skilled guy, light on the feet, in and out movements, picky shots. Sung is more raw power, walk you down, kind of heavy, with punches, but very technical with striking as well. Yeah, I think it's a very close fight because Sung is not a bad fighter. But I go O'Malley, height and reach. Can win this fight as well as Sung can win it. The height and reach from O'Malley. 5-inch reach, 3-inch height, like I mentioned. Yeah. Push towards Sean O'Malley by decision. But Sung is still a skilled fighter, man. Still back power. walk you down. You know, hits heavy. But Sean suppose can keep him off with the jab, move around, pick his shots. So we'll see what happens, right? Main factor is for the interim because I guess what's his name? What's that dude name? Topuria or Topuria had to give up the belt there because I guess something with the family or something like that. I guess divorce or something. But he had to, you know, take care of some personal problems. So Justin Gaethje, you know, doesn't really throw the leg kicks like he used to way back in the days, but he used to have some heavy leg kicks. I don't know if he still does it, but not too active. I look like he was looking to retire at one time. I think this is his last run here. Heavy punching power, raw power. Also wrestles, but don't really use it much. Can get submitted. Paddy Pimblett in here has improved, man. Last fight there against Chandler, he looks pretty, you know, pretty powerful. Right, put on a little more muscle, looks in shape. The body fills out well. Good ground game. Striking has gotten better. Chin kind of high still at times, but still, you know, he going there and let the hand go. Look for finish. He finished Makhachev by ground and pound, which, you know, was pretty impressive on that one. But he's improved though. He has improved. Thing about this fight here with Justin, he always like comes close, you know, getting the belt. I don't think he ever won the title, but he always comes close. And when he gets close to it, like Max Holloway, Charles Oliveira, Habib, Justin Poirier, he just dropped the ball all the time. So I expect him to drop the ball here too. How he drops the ball when the opportunity, you know, comes up and, you know, he's supposed to get the belt, he dropped the ball always. So I like him, Paddy. I'm gonna say Paddy by submission in the second round. And he seems to be getting submitted. You know, when the opportunity comes up, he gets submitted, man, or get finished. But I'm gonna go Paddy. I'm gonna say Paddy by submission in the second round. But you know, don't sleep on Justin, because Justin could catch him with a punch. Like I said, sometimes his chin is high up, but Paddy has improved. He's taking it more seriously. He changed up his whole body, physique change and everything. At least for this fight and for the other fights too. You know, he looks more in shape. Put on a little more muscle, I guess. Looks more toned. You know, so I'm gonna go Paddy. I'm gonna say Paddy by submission in the second round, guys. But I'm not confident. Quick look at the odds here, guys. See what we're working with. Crazy odds. Well, it's supposed to be Carla Harrison, right? Yeah, but I guess Carla Harrison hurt her neck or something. Alex Perez, CJ, Charles Johnson, favorite. I don't have nothing wrong with that. What I see from Perez doesn't look good. So I like Charles. Modesto 142. I like Modesto. I feel Nikita is like, it's pretty much, I feel like he's done. Yeah, so it's like a shell of himself. Ateba at 850, 1,000. I'll be careful with this one, bro. Like I said, Andre has sambo background. We look for takedowns, and Ateba is still kind of greenish, man. With 1,000 odds like this, I'll be very, because Andre is not bad. He's not like a can, dude. The guy is pretty skilled with striking, movement, and has grown. Very careful. I wouldn't even put a table on anything, to be honest with you. It doesn't make any sense. I go dog or pass. Figueiredo and Umar 13, 16. Yeah, I like Umar. I feel Umar beats Figueiredo. Like, it's just, I feel Figueiredo is the next guy that's, you know, his foot is out the door, and Umar is just a better fighter. Silva at favorite. Yikes. I like Allen. Yikes. Oh, yikes. Like I said, you know, these fighting nerd guys are pretty good. You know, they're good, you know, at what they do, but when you take them into a different world and kind of take that away from them for a little bit, close the distance, and just like, you know, they're not able to use it, then they tend to break. It seems like it. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Allen is super experienced, and Allen has striking as well as ground. I just think that Gene Silva, you know, he can get control on the ground, dude. And he can get out strike. It just depends. So I'm liking Allen, but it is what it is. I mean, for me, it's kind of an even fight, to be honest. I wouldn't have Gene Silva 270 or 265. Nah, not after his last performance. Nah, way, man. Allen is a good fighter. Allen is a experienced veteran fighter too. So yeah, this one is crazy, but I like it, Allen. Silva and Rose, I mean, Silva 400 something. Yeah, I see nothing wrong with that, man. I mean, Silva looks very good, though. Technical everywhere. Her skills just keeps improving. Rose is pretty much just doing the same thing. Lewis and Acosta at 320. This fight here, I'll be careful because Derek Lewis still has that punching power. But I could see Acosta being favorite, though, but I still be careful. O'Malley at 215 and Young. I still be careful with this one because Young is still a skill. And Young pack power and the striking is not bad either. So I'll be very careful with that one as well. Gaethje and Paddy at 2 something. I can see why Paddy is a favorite. I mean, I could understand that. I just feel Justin Gaethje, whenever get opportunity to get a belt or whatever, he just tends to drop the ball. And Paddy just looks very good now. He looks like he's improved. I mean, he looks good from before, but he uses everything. He will go for the ground and he strike him. Looks better. Can still get caught though, but he's never been finished. I just feel that Paddy that he can win this fight, and him being a favorite is not bad. But I can see Gaethje still winning, so I still be careful. So that's pretty much it there, guys. That's a quick thing there. You guys keep on kicking there, guys. One love out to everybody, and yeah, man. Let's see what happened with this card. Like I said, it's a quick thing I did for you guys here. It's been a while since they're having the cards, and I've just been busy, man. So I guess I'm kind of getting out this kind of late too. But I do the best I can. What I'm saying, at least I stay consistent, even if it's late. I'm still disciplined with the consistency, and that's the most important thing with anything you're doing in life. Discipline with consistency, even if you're late or whatever. Supposedly, just try to do the best you can, man. All right, one love, guys. Os.